throat wasn't sore, I didn't have a fever. I said, and I took 1 round of cephalexin, and I hadn't been no place, hadn't been to church or nothing else until those 3 hot days we had, about 80 degrees or so.
Yeah.
I said I did go to church that weekend, and I went up to the ladies' fellowship out at the retreat
Yeah.
out at Hilltop that day. But I said, other than that, I said, and as hot as it was and everything, that shouldn't have caused me to get any worse or anything. And Donna Jean, she kept saying, you're going to go to the doctor. You're going to go to the doctor. You need to get to the doctor. So she calls him up and got me an appointment to go in.
Yeah.
Well, they were really, but I was lucky, because one reason I didn't want to go to the doctor, I thought you get more germs in there than you will.
Yeah, because everybody and their brother's sick.
Yeah. And so they told her, and it was raining too, of course. The day I was supposed to go, it was pouring down rain.
Yeah, I think I remember you telling me about that.
And she parked down there where the door where you're supposed to come out instead of go in. And they told them she could do that and call them, and they'd open the door so I could get in. Well, when I went to get out, Donna Jean gave me her big old raincoat thing. I looked like I don't know what, and threw the hood over the top of my head and
Yeah.
trying to keep me from getting wet. And she was out there. It's a wonder she ain't sick, because she just had on her dress,
Yeah.
because she gave me her jacket. And she took, some man was coming out, and he see me sitting there, my feet up, sitting in a puddle of water at the side of the car. And when she was trying, he says, could I help you? And so he decides, get a wheelchair.
Yeah.
I said, you need to get a wheelchair. So he goes and they get a wheelchair. And they come out and they get me in the wheelchair and they get me in the door. Well, that little exit room there
Yeah.
is just, Nabolsky's office is right in by the outdoor, right on the end on the northeast corner.
Yeah.
So they just took me right in. There was nobody in there right that minute. And they just wheeled me across the aisle in there, so I didn't have to stand in the office or nothing.
Yeah.
And he done all he looked at my throat, and he listened to my breathe, and he asked me umpteen questions. Said, did I feel like I had a drainage down my throat? Did I feel like
Yeah. All the standard questions. I get it.
everything underneath the sun? And he said, well, I think I'm going to treat it as more or less like bronchitis. And so he said, I give you some stronger antibiotics.
Well, that's good.
Well, I thought, Lord, if you give me them antibiotics will cost a fortune.
Yeah.
And she had to buy that fancy one, of course.
Yeah, it's a nice one.
It ought to be
How much did it cost? Doesn't say. It just
about $6, I think.
it just says 2-gallon watering can Nantucket collection.
I think she told me I owed
www.nu-del.com.
I think she said I owed
The
her
Plains,
about,
Illinois.
if I remember right, she told me I owed her about $6.
Well, you probably got the. I know you had that green one here somewhere.
I know I had, but Israel couldn't find it the other day.
So we went out and bought you a new one.
So Donna Jean goes and buys that.
Well, I'm gonna take off.
Well, now just wait a minute, I'm not done here. You can stay just a